What's up, everybody? Trent here with SoundlinkTV, hanging out with Wage War here at Epicenter Fest. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man.
How about you, man?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So you guys played Rockville last week, and I was actually at the after party show and everything. So I wanted to ask you guys, you specifically, because you're the vocalist. What was that like playing in the hot sun at a festival? Then maybe 4 or 5 hours later, having to turn around and play a club show.
It wasn't so bad. I got a nap before, so yeah, just hydrated and took a nap. So
I guess because you guys have had a break, it didn't take that much of a toll on your voice or anything?
No, yeah, that was fine. It was just the ride home I was so tired though.
Yeah. So what's this festival experience been like for you guys? Because it's always different. I mean, you guys have had a break for a little bit, so I guess it's a little different for you guys right now. But I guess preparing for a club show versus a festival show, which you guys had to do last week, So I guess the sets and everything, how do you guys prepare for each one?
I mean, it was definitely a long day. Like Briton said, we hydrate a lot. I kind of just prepared mentally for it because, yeah, we got there real early, drove through the night for that one show, then, loaded in, set up, played the show, loaded out, packed out, left, went to the next venue, did it all over again. It was a super long day, but we never really do that. 2 shows in one day is a lot.
Yeah.
As far as festivals go, dude, we're loving it. Rockville was awesome because it was just like our home state, It's the first time we've gotten to do that there. So it was a real good crowd. It's a good time.
Yeah, so you guys, a lot of these festivals, people are here to see like the big bands, the radio bands and everything, but you guys are one of the heavier bands on the bill that I see people wearing their shirts of all over the place. You guys and Beartooth and maybe Architects are like the 2 or 3 bands I see the most shirts of here. So what is it like for you guys coming to a festival where people are wanting to see like bands like Tool and Judas Priest and all that, but then like you guys are one of the, I guess, mid-level bands on the bill in comparison that everybody's packing out to see? Like, what's that like for you guys?
I think it's cool because I think a lot of those guys who are into Tool and Priest and things like that will sometimes go over those and just check out newer bands and getting to play in front of a different type of crowd is awesome to me. Yeah.
What about you seeing all that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives us an awesome opportunity to, make new fans and perform for people that aren't really within this scene of metalcore. And some of those old school metalheads, and it's a cool thing to be able to play for those guys because in most other settings, as far as concerts go, we wouldn't be able to make those fans. So it's cool, and I think so far a lot of those guys have dug what we do. So it's been cool.
So you guys have a new single out called Low. It's been out for a couple of months, 6 months or so maybe. And so it's still Wage War, but it's got a little pop to it and stuff. And so you guys went a little poppy on that one, which is really catchy. It gets stuck in my head a lot, not gonna lie. And so where are you guys going with this new music? Because I assume you guys are currently maybe writing a new record or some new music and everything. And so where are you guys at with that process, and what kind of vibes or sounds can we expect for it?
Our record's done actually.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, it's gonna. I mean, every band says this. This is such.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, and being it's not going to be the same as the last, which is not.
So does that make Low the best single you guys have ever put out?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's a cliche thing to say.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a time frame for maybe when it's going to come out, or we can hear more music from it?
I can tell you it'll be this year. That's about all I can say. And yeah, I mean, it's cliche, but we feel very strong about this record. It's got everything you've ever heard from Wage War and more, and I feel like it's some of the best songwriting we've ever put together, and it's just a very solid record. We're all very proud of it and excited to put it out.
Nice. So the record may be out later in the year, but what about singles or another single or anything?
I'm sure it'll come out. So I'm not sure what time, but yeah.
Okay. So what do you guys have going on after this this festival run going into the summer and everything?
Well, it looks like we're finishing up this week with all these festivals, a couple headlining dates throughout, and then we're home for I think 4 days before we go to Europe for 2 weeks, and then we really have a lot of the summer off. So we're actually playing, the Warped Tour Festival,
nice,
a couple, I think 2 festivals this summer, but it's a lot of free time. So I think we'll spend a lot of that in preparation for the new record and chill out a little bit before we hit the road really hard again,
All right, so last question for you specifically. You've seemed to twice hit your stride with this social media viral thing going on. So what's your next move to take over social media?
You just never know, man. It always catches me by surprise. It's happened 3 times now, and it's very unusual. Part of me hopes that it never happens again, but you never know, man. I seem to have a very strange luck with that. So
you might end up on Tosh.0 for that redemptions things he does or something.
It could happen, yeah. I don't know.
All right, guys. Any last words for anything?
If you're here today, come rock.
Yeah. All right, Trent here with SoundlinkTV, hanging out with Wage War. Thanks for watching, everybody.